Welcome to the Abundance Hack Podcast, where we want to inspire you to push past your blocks, limiting beliefs, and comfort zone to live a confident, happy, and fulfilling life. I am your host, Niajae, influencer, motivational speaker, and boss babe. Every time you hit subscribe or leave a 5-star rating, I do my happy dance. Hey guys, thank you for tuning into the Abundance Hack Podcast. If you are new to the Abundance Hack Podcast, this is a video podcast. So if you are listening on iTunes or Spotify, there is video, and I'm actually doing video outside today. So I'm not at home in my little home studio. And just to give you a little background history, normally when I do my solo episodes, meaning I'm not interviewing someone, I just do a videogram. So it's typically just a photo of me and I overlay a couple of photos, maybe a little bit of B-roll footage, but for the most part, it's not me actually filming. And I have a friend that's like, you should show your face on your solo episodes. So if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, I encourage you to go check out the video because there is video here. I am on my rooftop. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in Florida. So I will give you guys a quick little sneak peek of what it looks like. So we have a spa area over here. Can you see it? And the water. So I'll show you. They have these little sail boats, which is really, really cool. So I have a beautiful, beautiful water view. And anyway, guys, let's dive in. Let's dive in. This is not about this is not about my rooftop, but I just wanted to encourage you guys to look at the video. Okay, so what I want to talk about in this episode is what to do when you feel like quitting. So I am actually reading David Goggins' book, You Can't Hurt Me, and I had a day yesterday where I was frustrated. So, oh my goodness, I don't even know exactly what it was that caused my frustration, but I had to ask myself, why am I doing this? And the reason why I brought up David Goggins' book is he says every time he signs up for a race or a different military challenge, whatever it is, when it gets tough, he always asks, why am I doing this? And our why is what drives us. That is what drives us. That is what keeps us going when we feel like, damn, this is hard, you know? And I had one of those days yesterday, and it's not that I felt like, damn, this is hard. I had a moment where I felt unappreciated. I work really hard, you guys. Like, I dedicate all my time and energy to uplifting people, empowering people, supporting people, encouraging people, celebrating people. And for whatever reason yesterday, I felt unappreciated. I felt like no one cares that I am giving so much energy towards their success, their growth, their evolution, their transformation. And I don't know what caused this, but I had to check in. I had to check in and I had to ask myself, why am I doing this? And that's really important to do when you feel like you are at your breaking point. And one thing, and I've mentioned David Goggins before, but one thing I will remind you of or tell you if you haven't listened to that episode is that when we feel like we've given all that we have to give, we're only at 40%. Only at 40%. We have another 60% that kicks in because our brain has a defense mechanism that kicks in that says, you know, abort mission because it's getting tough. It's getting tough. And our brain is protecting us because it doesn't want to see us hurt, but it's protecting us before we get to that point of giving it our all. We have another 60%. So in this other episode where I discussed it, I'm like, what if you gave 100% to your business, to your relationships, to your life? Think about how things will change for you if you gave 100%. So yesterday I had to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? and I know why I'm doing this, and I know my purpose. And so I had to pick myself up, and I always, always, always find the beauty in every lesson, every challenge. And what I wanted to do to turn this situation around is to share with you 10 ways that I pull myself out of that funk, because we all have those moments of doubt, we all have those moments of frustration. And so I want to share with you 10 things that I do to pull myself out of that space of, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to quit, I want to give up, I want to throw in the towel. Because if you are not being challenged, you're not setting goals high enough. And when you are challenged enough, that feeling of wanting to quit will come up, and we have to be able to push past it. And so I did an episode recently, the 5 stages of leveling up, and I would say yesterday I was in the frustration stage. I was blaming the industry, I was blaming people. I was frustrated because I'm just like, I'm doing all of this for people, and no one's showing me appreciation. So I was in my feelings, guys. I was in my feelings. It was all ego. It was all, you know what it was? Let me be really real with you guys. Before I go into these 10 things, it was traumas coming to surface. So just a little woo-woo just for a second. There's a bracelet that I wore a couple of days ago. It's a crystal bracelet, and it's a malachite. Now, malachite is a green crystal. It's beautiful, so beautiful. So definitely go look it up. I don't have it on today, but it's a crystal that is meant to help you achieve an abundant life. But in order for you to achieve an abundant life, you have to face your shadow self. You have to face your traumas. You have to face your pain. We stuff our pain. We stuff it down deep. We sweep it under the carpet. We stuff it in the back of a closet. But you have to face it in order to move past it and have an abundant life. Like, everything it's light and dark, it's yin and yang. So you have to face those traumas. And one of the things that I know feeling underappreciated is like this, it's a trigger for me. Because growing up, I never felt like my mom appreciated anything that I did. And she never, my mom never told me she was proud of me. My mom never told me, good job, you're doing great. And so there's times where my childhood self will rear up, that trauma as a child of never feeling like what I do is good enough. Sometimes that will come to surface. It'll come to surface. And when people don't pat me on the back for whatever I'm doing, and it sounds silly, when I say it right now, it sounds really, really silly, but every now and then I just need that, you're doing great. And when I don't get it, it's like my 13-year-old self is throwing a temper tantrum. It sounds so silly, guys, but this is what I experienced yesterday. So what I did was I had to check in because that's what we have to do. A lot of times people will lash out, which is not healthy. We have to check in when something is coming to surface. It's important that you take a moment and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this feeling teaching me? What can I learn from this? How can I turn this around into a positive? How can I grow from this? This is self-awareness, guys. This is self-awareness. This is self-growth. This is self-development, because every single day we should strive to be the very best version of ourselves that we can be. So 10 things to do when you feel like giving up. And this could be in business, this could be in a relationship, this could be with a goal, whatever it is. There's 10 things that you can do to ground yourself, to bring yourself back to your why, to remind yourself why you're working so hard anyway. So one of the first things that you can do when you feel like giving up, when you feel like throwing in the towel, is meditate. Now, I know that not everyone meditates, but it's so, so important that we take a moment, quiet the noise, turn your phone off, get off of social media, and really check in. Check into how you're feeling, check in to what is actually going on in your head. And the meditation is not always meant to quiet everything. You actually want to observe the feelings that are coming up, observe your thoughts, because they're teaching you something. They're telling you what's going on internally, emotionally, mentally. So meditation is really, really powerful. If you have to do a guided meditation, do a guided meditation, whatever you need to do to ground yourself and just come back to who you are at your core, because life will dump all of this stuff on top of you, and meditation is just bringing you back to your center. The second thing is take some deep breaths. So this is really, really powerful. If you didn't check out the episode with Will Grant, he talks about how powerful breathing is. And I'm actually doing a second interview with him where he's gonna lead us through some breathing techniques. But it's really important that we take deep breaths. Fill your whole entire body up with oxygen and release it. And holding your breath too, like right before a meditation, is actually really, really powerful. So taking deep breaths, and that's why when people are frustrated, they say count to 10 or count backwards from 10, because it refocuses you, it centers you, it grounds you, and it also replenishes, because your brain needs oxygen. Your brain, your body, everything needs oxygen. And we don't breathe fully just on a day-to-day basis, just going through life. We're not breathing fully. So taking a really deep breath is replenishing our body, our brains with oxygen. So it's really, really, really important. Take 10 deep breaths. If you are into Wim Hof is amazing. We talk about Wim Hof in the Will Grant episode, but take some deep breaths. It'll help you center yourself, replenish yourself with the oxygen that you need to focus at your maximum capacity. Another thing is taking a nap. Sometimes our brains go 150 miles per hour. So taking a nap sometimes just forces your brain to take a break, and then you can come back clear, like just more focused and have more clarity. I love clarity. I love, love, love clarity. So taking a nap, don't be afraid. 15, 20, 30-minute power nap. And if you can afford it in the middle of the day, take an hour nap. It's okay, because sometimes if your mind is just busy, that doesn't mean that you're productive. There's a difference in busy and productive, and you want your thoughts and your thought process to be productive. So taking a nap will just help you reset. You know, just like you reset your computer, just like you reset your phone, sometimes you have to reset your brain. So don't be afraid to take a nap. The next thing is to laugh. Laughter is good for the soul. It is so good for the soul. And what laughter does is it raises your vibration. It raises your vibration, and when you're vibrating higher, you're tapping into the law of attraction, and you're drawing things to you that is going to help you manifest the best case scenario. The higher you vibrate, the better situations are going to work out. So you want to do something to raise your vibrations, and things will start to fall into place. So there was actually a time where I was really unhappy. I was dealing with whatever I was dealing with. I remember it was back when I had my studio. I think I really was just overworked. I didn't have quality relationships in my life, and I was just working nonstop. So there wasn't much like happiness or joy unless I was on vacation. But like my day-to-day life at home, there wasn't a balance of like self-care, you know, love and fun. It just was like work, work, work until my next vacation kind of thing. And so I found myself going downhill emotionally. And what I would do every single morning, because I'm not a person to allow myself to just stay in a dark space. So what I did, and this is really silly, but it worked for me, I would watch cat videos every single morning. There was this little cat video. I actually wonder if I could find it and like overlay it in this video, but there was a little cat video where the cat was like tiptoeing up against this iguana, and the iguana turns around and the cat freaks out, and for whatever reason this was the funniest video to me ever. And so every single morning, to just raise my vibrations, I would watch a video. I watched that video for a while until it wasn't as funny to me anymore, and then I found other videos that were really funny, but I would watch it every single morning to just raise my vibrations before I went out into the world. We are responsible for the energy that we are putting out into the world. So I made sure that before I left my house, my energy was right. And there's several different ways to raise your energy, but that was just what worked for me in that moment, and that was years ago. That was years ago. I have a lot of different techniques now, but at the time that worked great for me. So laugh, find something that makes you laugh. And if you have a video that makes you laugh, or if you have a friend that you know makes you laugh, reach out to them, watch a funny movie, whatever you need to do, because laughter raises your vibrations. The next thing is exercise. So this is very similar to laughing. Exercise releases endorphins into our body. Endorphins make us happy. You can get high off endorphins. So anytime I run, anytime I work out, anytime I do aerial silks. If you are just tuning in, I used to own a dance and aerial studio, so I taught aerials for how many years? Probably like 7, 8 years. So yeah, anytime I do anything physical, it makes me feel amazing, because when your body releases those endorphins make you happy. So sometimes if you are feeling stressed and you're feeling like, I just want to throw in a towel, just pushing yourself to go exercise, when you come back, you're going to feel more, you're going to experience more clarity. In order to live an abundant life, you have to adapt an abundant mindset. That requires reprogramming your beliefs to attract all the love, money, and success you can handle. Download this free Abundant as Fuck affirmation ebook with over 100 affirmations to get you started thinking positive, confident, and yummy thoughts. Download it for free at abundancehack.com/ebook to take action towards living your abundant life. The next one is talk to someone positive. If you are feeling down, don't go talk to another person that's down or depressed or hating their life, because you guys are gonna have a pity party. You're gonna have a pity party, and ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You have to make sure that if you are feeling down, you find someone positive that you know will hold space for you and try to bring you out of that funk. You want to feed off of their energy and allow their energy to lift your spirit. So someone positive, someone that will lift your spirit. The next one is do something that raises your vibrations. Now, I know we spoke about laughing and exercising, but there's so many other things, like being around your pets. A lot of people, like, pets make people happy, animals make people happy. So go around some animals, paint. If you're an artistic person, paint, draw. If you're into music, play music. Dancing is another thing that really raises my vibrations. Listening to music is really therapeutic for people. So find some type of positive activity that will raise your vibrations. And a lot of these too, like playing music or maybe learning a new instrument, that also works the brain. And the more we work the brain, the better the brain operates. Just like a muscle, the more you work out a muscle, the better, like the stronger it gets. So these are activities that also challenges our brain and opens up, like it causes us to use different parts of our brain. So maybe problem solving at your business, like in your business or at work, is very different than the part of your brain that you use to paint. But maybe painting and using that part of your brain is going to allow you to open up another part of your brain that's going to help you problem solve. Does that make sense, guys? I don't know if that made sense, but let me break it down this way. Soon, I will be doing an episode on left brain versus right brain. Now, one portion of your brain is more logical, technical, and, you know, that problem solving, just like very cut and dry, like problem solving. And then the other side of your brain is the more creative side of your brain. So creative people sometimes have a difficult time thinking logically, and logical people sometimes have a hard time thinking creatively. So if you can learn to tap into the other side of your brain, it's going to make you more dynamic. So that's basically what I'm saying. Find something that raises your vibrations, but if it's something that causes you to use a different part of your brain, that's even better, even better. All right, next one is listen to David Goggins. If you don't mind cursing, if you listen to me, you probably don't mind cursing because I do curse. But if you don't mind cursing, David Goggins is the shit. I had to throw that in there. But no, David Goggins is really, really, really amazing. He is the toughest guy on the planet, period. Like, he's ran races with broken feet. Like, he is the epitome of just like not giving up. So his book is Can't Hurt Me, but he has tons of YouTube videos where you can just listen to it. Like, oh, I just got chills even just talking about it. Listen to it, and it is going to light a fire under your ass. If you need a fire lit under your ass, besides listening to me, but if you want to take it to a whole nother level, listen to David Goggins, because he's a beast. He is a beast. Anytime I'm like licking my wounds, like, oh, life is so hard. Because I have those moments too, guys. Like, I have those moments too where honestly, yesterday I was being a brat. Yesterday and this morning. I was being a brat, but you know what? We're entitled to those feelings. Like, if you pretend you don't have those moments where you're just like, ugh, why is life so hard right now? You're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself, you know? So like, we have to be honest about those moments, but we can't stay in that space for too long. We can't stay in that funk, because then that's when we start attracting crappy stuff to us. So we want to acknowledge it, like, okay, I'm being a brat. This is why I'm being a brat. This is the part of me that is coming up right now, because I know exactly why it came up. You know, what triggered it, I don't even remember what triggered it, but I know why this is a thing. I know why I feel this way. So, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this around into a positive? And what did I do? I made a podcast episode about it that's going to help people learn how to deal with this feeling, and give them 10 things that they can do when they are feeling like they want to quit. Because we all have moments where we feel like we want to quit, but how you respond to those moments, how you react to those moments, that is the difference. That is the difference. Every single race that David Goggins ran, he felt like he wanted to quit. He asked himself, why am I doing this? And you know what? He answered that question, and his why was strong enough to push him through, for him to keep going. So that is what you have to do. We all have moments where we want to quit, but we have to find that grit to keep going, that strength to keep going. All right, guys, so the next one is stop feeling sorry for yourself and know that you have more to give. So really listen. So David Goggins talks about the 40% rule, and knowing that when you are at that point, you have more to give. You're only at 40% and you have another 60% to go. You have more to give. And one quote, I believe I said this in my previous solo episode, whatever episode it was, I said, it's always toughest before the finish line. It's always toughest before the finish line, because when you're running a race and you're almost at the end, you're tired. There's no race that's just like easy from start to finish. It's going to get hard. You're going to want to quit, but that's when you have to dig deep and know that you have more to give. And the more you push yourself, the more you challenge yourself, the more you see that you are capable of. If you don't challenge yourself, you have no idea what you are capable of. You have to push yourself. You have to challenge yourself. And if you willingly challenge yourself, then when life challenges you, you can handle it better. You're more equipped to handle the challenges that life throws at you, because life will challenge you. That's the reality. All right, last but definitely not least, write down what you have to be grateful for. So gratitude, in my opinion, is the key to an abundant life. Gratitude is the key to everything. If in the middle of all the chaos and the madness and the frustration, you can stop and be like, you know what? My life is fucking amazing. My life is amazing. And even if you feel like your life is a mess, maybe you're like, you know what? My health is amazing. My partner is amazing. My business is amazing. Whatever you have to figure out to be grateful for, tap into that. Tap into that, because the law of attraction will kick in and give you more to be grateful for. Okay? Guys, just a reminder, I am outside, so if you're listening and you hear a plane, I live by an airport, and that is why there is a plane. But I want this to be real. I'm in my groove right now. I'm flowing. I don't want to cut this out and it be choppy because I'm cutting out a plane. So write down what you have to be grateful for. Tap into gratitude, because gratitude is what is going to attract more to you. And if you can persevere through those difficult moments, that is when you win. That is when you reach that level of success that you desire. And then you're even more grateful for it, because you know you went through the blood, sweat, and tears to get there. To get there. Oh my goodness, you guys. like it really is amazing what we are capable of when we really tap into it. And I believe with every cell in my body, if you are not being challenged in your life, you are not setting the bar high enough for yourself, and you have more to give. If you're not being challenged, if life is not kicking your ass every now and then, you're not playing big enough. You're not playing big enough. So there's something that Brene Brown says, like, get in the arena. And when you get in the arena, like, you're going to get knocked down. But getting up is making you stronger and more equipped for the success, the life, the love, the passion, the yumminess that you desire. Oh, you guys, look, I got chills. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, so let me just go over this really, really quick, and then I'm going to wrap it up. If you get to a point and you feel like giving up, these are 10 things that you can do. Meditate, take some deep breaths, take a nap, laugh, exercise, talk to someone positive, do something that raises your vibrations. So play with your fur babies, paint, draw, play music, learn a new instrument, listen to music, dance, have sex, whatever. We're all adults here. Well, with someone that you actually care about. Don't do like one night stands, because that could lead to a whole nother. Look, I done went off on a tangent. You know what? Okay, let me keep going. Just X that one, because that's opening up a can of worms. Okay, listen to David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, or any of his YouTube videos. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. The woe is me victim state does not get you anywhere. Know that you have more to give. Write down what you have to be grateful for. So do a gratitude check. When you're feeling like crap, check in. Say, okay, gratitude check. 10 things that I'm grateful for. And it shifts your energy. That thought process of pulling yourself out of that funk to write down 10 things that you have to be grateful for changes everything. Changes everything. So gratitude check. What do I have to be grateful for? 10 things. And don't skimp out. Don't skimp out. Don't do 6. Don't do 7. Don't do 5. Don't do 8. Do 10. Challenge yourself to do 10 whenever you are feeling bad. I guarantee it will shift your energy. It will shift your energy. All right, guys. That is my message for today. I hope wherever you are, you found value in this. Know that everyone that has a podcast, everyone that has written a book, everyone that has some type of online course or program, they work hard. So show love and support for people that are trying to make a difference out here, you know, that are trying to make an impact in the world and inspire people. So reviews are always great, letting people know that you found value in this. Reviews are definitely great. I know that I work my ass off for this podcast. I do all my own editing and filming and posting and creating the promo videos and the photos. So it's really, really appreciated when someone stops by and shows me some love. So don't be shy. I don't bite most of the time. All right, guys, until next time, love and light. Thank you for listening to the Abundance Hack Podcast. Don't forget to leave comments and questions. Remember, every time you subscribe or leave a 5-star rating, I do my happy dance.